I, F20, got stuck in snow with my car, and got help from stranger, M48. I want to give him something for the troubles. I am not sure if this is the right sub for this, but didn't know where else to post. Last Sunday we had very heavy snowfall and I got stuck when I was almost home. A farmer who didn't know me, but later realized he did know my father, helped me out and spent about an hour and a half trying to get the road free for me to get home. In the end we left my car in their barn and he brought me home with his tractor. On our way he helped 4 other stranded cars. I am really grateful for his help and wouldn't know what to do otherwise. I want to thank him and his family for their help. I wanted to give them a crate of beer, a bottle of rosé and a bottle of local herbal spirit, which is nice to keep you warm. My mother thinks it's too much, but I feel like it's the smallest thing I can do. It is a road where no one comes, especially due to us not being allowed to go outside after 9. What should I do? The beer will be the brand they drink and his daughter told me his wife drinks rosé. Edit. Giving a crate of beer is a very common thank you here. I have gotten them for pretty much anything, giving someone a ride or lending someone tools. When I helped people before and it took time, most people would give too. But I feel like giving something to his wife also, mostly because I know she drinks rosé. My question is mostly about including the herbal spirit. Mostly because he was really involved, asking me if I am okay, wanting to pay for a scratch he made, letting me store my car there, bringing me home and offering to bring my car home. This all on top of spending around 2 hours to get my car inside and bringing me home and everything. He didn't needed to do any of this but helped me with everything. As edit for context, beer, wine and the herbal spirit costs me around 20 euros. That's why I feel like it's not that much. Getting it done would have cost me much more. Since someone mentioned, a crate is 24 bottles. Asked edit. I brought him the beer, spirit and rose. He obviously told me I didn't need to, but it was very much appreciated. Especially the herbal spirit since they were all cold after working outside all day. Simply copy his hairstyle and wear it for the rest of your life. The best advice yet. Dutch. Give him what you feel like you owe him. Don't go by anyone else. This is your problem, his help, and you can give him what you want to. Give anything less because your mom told you so and you will feel bad about it. Either way, that's very nice of you to do for him. Azika. I feel like it would be nice, but my mother feels like it's too much and he might feel bad about it. Not because she doesn't want me to spend money. He already felt really bad because he scratched my car while trying to get me out. First of all, thanks for being a kind, grateful, and gracious human being. You rock. I think you should follow your instincts/gut and thank the farmer and his family for their help, in whatever way you think feels appropriate and makes sense for your personal financial situation. If you can afford and choose to buy the alcohol as a thank you gift, I'm sure their family will love it and really appreciate your thoughtfulness. But, if you don't feel comfortable buying them the alcohol, I'm sure a handwritten thank you note would be equally as meaningful. When I was 19, I stopped to help an older guy who had gotten stuck in a snowbank along the road. It took me less than 5 minutes to get him free. He tried to give me $20, but I refused. A week later, he stopped by, and gave me a fishing lure he'd carved himself. I used that lure for quite a few years, and it got pretty beat up. I caught probably 500 bass and walleye with it before I retired it. It now has a spot on my wall. People ask about it, and I tell them that it was given to me as an act of kindness for an act of kindness. I hope it inspires them to help someone in need. I'm sure he invested several hours into making that lure for me as a way of thanking me for 5 minutes on a cold, snowy night. My girlfriend checked my phone and is shocked that I haven't cheated on her. Is this a normal behavior? Edit. Thanks for all the great advices y'all have given me. I'm very thankful. I will make an update soon. So 2 nights ago someone kept messaging me and my M20 phone kept getting notifications. I was cuddling with my girlfriend F20 and after a while it was getting annoying. I went to check on my phone to see who it is. I casually opened my phone. It was a group group that my friends had added me to a group, and then my GF grabbed the phone out of my hand, checked all my messages and contacts, gave it back to me and then hugged me. It was so awkward and I was confused. She told me for the past 2 weeks she thought that I have been cheating on her because we didn't have sex for a month because of her situation. I was shocked that she even considered I might cheat on her. She is hot, I'll never even think about it. Should I be concerned? I'm not experienced. Is this a normal thing for girls to do? Sorry about my English, BTW, it's not my native language. Definitely not fine for her to do. When I first started dating my boyfriend, I was very insecure because I had been cheated on before in the past, and because of that insecurity, I developed a bad habit of looking through his phone. I had to learn the hard way, through constructive conversations, that I was hurting my boyfriend and the trust within our relationship. Definitely sit down and talk to her, make sure she knows that she can be more than comfortable talking to you about any concerns she has. While she may have been cheated on in the past, projecting the insecurities on you and slowly breaking down the trust between you could be the possible downfall of your relationship. Considering the reason she had been concerned was because of a group chat, it shouldn't be an issue for you two to build trust with each other, especially if she can take the steps to work with you and realize that her behaviors can be more damaging to the relationship. Good luck. Hell nah, that's not normal. That's an invasion of privacy to snatch your phone. She's got insecurities. Yikes, I would definitely call this a red flag. Instead of communicating with you, she grabbed your phone out of your hands for proof. While maybe this doesn't feel that terrible, it may just be the tip of the iceberg with this kind of behavior. I'd sit her down and have a serious conversation. Explain that she can always come and talk to you about anything. What she cannot do, however, is be controlling and disrespectful to you and your privacy. Big no-no. Should I be concerned? Yes. Grabbing the phone out of someone's hand is very disrespectful. Definitely need a serious conversation about how this is unacceptable. Don't ever be sorry for your English. I always think this. Everyone apologizes for their English and then writes in perfect English. I'm cutting all contact with my family. This is a lot and I'm sorry if it seems a bit scattered, but the background is important. I 28F come from a very strict African family who is really big on tradition and culture. Before a woman moves out of her family home, she is supposed to be married with approval from the elders. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to date, wasn't allowed sleepovers, extracurricular activities like sports, couldn't have friends of the opposite gender, or be friends with girls my parents didn't approve of. So as you can imagine, I had 2 friends growing up, and as an adult it's very hard for me to be genuinely social. Even those 2 friends I had, I couldn't hang out with them unless it was at my house. My parents are, in my opinion, emotionally, mentally, and sometimes physically abusive. I have a very hard time being open with people even when they have genuinely hurt me. I learned on from my parents that mental and emotional health were not important. When I would try to talk to them about something they have done that bothered me, they would tell me to get over it, or to shut up. I'm not JK here. So I kept everything inside. Fast forward to when I graduate HS. I pick a university that is as far away from home as possible. Parents wouldn't let me go to school out of state and they picked my major to study. I met my boyfriend here. A year later my parents forced me to quit the university since they changed their mind about my major, since they looked online and saw I wouldn't be making 6 figures right out of school. Who the hell does? They choose my new university and major again. Thankfully my new university was only a 20 minutes train ride from my BF place. He quit school due to financial reasons. I basically visit every chance I get, since the only time I feel free is when I'm outside the house. It feels like I'm suffocating in that house, no joke. There was a time when I snuck my BF into the house when my parents were away. I knew better, but decided to anyways. My sister told my parents and well, it didn't go well. My dad called me into the kitchen and basically beat the crap out of me, literally kicking me when I was in a fetal position and begging him to stop. My mom stood around and kept yelling at me saying I deserved it, and so did my older sister. At this point in my life, I know I can't wait until marriage to move out, and I have to leave immediately. My mental health was basically shattered, and at that point my BF is really the only person I had. Tried one last time to talk to my parents, and of course they blew me off. I graduated from school and landed an okay paying job. I waited until my parents were at work, called my BF and asked him to help move me out. I didn't tell them I was doing because I knew they would physically stop me. I move in with my BF and his family. His parents are the parents I always wanted, they're just amazing. My mom calls me crying begging me to move back, and they'll tear me like an adult. Told her no because I know she's lying to me. There have been too many times where they have promised something and broken the promise the same day. For months she's been begging me to move back, and to visit more often, but I refuse. When my dad found out, he called me stupid, verbatim, and I basically don't talk to him at all. I still keep trying to talk to my mom about what her and my dad put me through and what it did to me mentally and emotionally, but it seems she only cares about how it'll look to outsiders that I'm living with a man I'm not married to. My dad doesn't want to talk to me at all, and I'm okay with that because I have zero respect for that sperm donor. But it's gotten to the point where I honestly just want to cut off my entire family. They knew what was happening and how my parents are, but they all just said it's tradition. No one seems to care about my mental well-being. Every time I try to explain my decision, it always goes back to that's not how we do things in our culture, or think about how your mom feels. I feel that I need to for my own sake. You are an adult and can make your own decisions now about who you let in your life. It is no surprise that you want to distance from your parents for being abusive, physically and emotionally. Work on becoming as independent and self-sufficient as possible. Not saying you should leave your BF, but if that relationship doesn't last, you do not want to be in a position where you have no way to support yourself. Be a strong, capable woman, able to support herself no matter what. All the very best to you. Your father beat you and your mother and sister cheered him on, and it's excused by everyone else because culture. You're better off never speaking to any of them again. Live your life and be free of their words and scrutiny. I'm glad you found the strength and some support in moving out. I can empathize with you. You made the decision that was best for your mental health. Keep doing that, and don't stop. Ever. You can choose to reconcile when you're ready, but put yourself first. Big hugs, heart. /just no family. /raised by narcissists. And therapy, like yesterday. Every time someone tries to excuse their behavior, just repeat child abuse is not a tradition, and even if it is, I want no part of any tradition that says love is bad, but repeatedly kicking your daughter in a rage while she's curled up on the floor, begging you to stop, if good parenting. If you find that acceptable, then I disown you too. Honestly though, it's time you started blocking their numbers. They aren't going to change. I also recommend you start some therapy to begin overcoming the damage their abuse has done.